Hello. It's been a while. Um, I wanted to make this video and a few others actually. Instead of making one long video, I'll make a few separate little short ones and there'll be different topics, so if you're interested, but they all tie in together. I hope everybody's having a great day. Uh, Today I wanted to respond about my aunt. Um, the visit went pretty well. I um I got her without a problem, and it was really good to have her here. I missed her. I miss her, still miss her. I love her very much. It wasn't nearly as stressful as I anticipated, or I guess projected, but that was based on past experience. But I guess in the year and a half, almost 2 years since I got to last see her, um, ooh, fly. I guess she's mellowed out a little bit in some ways, not in all. Um, Most of the stress that I had was actually after she left. But it's either here nor there. Um, she, well, she got on my nerves. She got on my nerves maybe twice where I just had to excuse myself because I felt myself, I could hear my tone getting short and me losing my patience, but um and I didn't want to do that. She doesn't deserve that. She's much older, and I understand that, you know, she's set in her ways, and there are just certain things that just make her who she is. And those very things that occasionally get on my nerves are also the very things I love about her. So, all in all, it was a good, successful visit. My biggest concern was that she wanted to make cookies. This is a conversation that we had about 2 days prior to her coming in to visit. She already made some chocolate chip cookies from scratch, and she was already prepared to bring this bag of cookies, and that was fine. But then she was telling me her plans, asking me if I had a mixer. When she gets it here, she's going to make batches and batches of chocolate chip cookies from scratch. And I put the kibosh on that as gently as I could, reminding her that my husband is a severe diabetic. Um, I don't even know if severe is the right word. He's a bad diabetic. Um, and I am in the midst of trying to lose a lot of weight, even though cookies, they don't really do it for me. I have to be in the mood for that. I don't really, as I've said in the past, I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I'm more into the food. Um, but if they're there, I'll eat them. Especially if I could smell them baking in the oven and she's making oodles and oodles of them. That's just torture. And she wanted to make batches for the guys. Well, two of my guys are overweight. And they don't need it either, other than from the bag that she's bringing or brought or was planning on bringing since it's a past visit now. Um, and she wanted to buy me a mixer, which was very nice because my aunt would have bought like, a $600, and I'm not even exaggerating. She would have bought this $600 fancy schmancy. I forget the name of the brand. I think it's KitchenAid. Um, the big mixer. She would have gotten all the attachments, and oh, please don't. Um, as wonderful and lovely as that thought was, I just had to put the kibosh on that. First of all, I'm barely cooking. Mostly when I do cook, I'm cooking soup, like a big, massive pot that will feed 10 people and days of meals. And second, um, I'm barely doing that. I'm just not, I don't want to be around food constantly. I don't want to have to cook it constantly. And I definitely don't want the dishes, even though we have a dishwasher. So, I gently put the kibosh on that, and it was good. She respected that. She showed up with just a bag, a 1 gallon bag, Ziploc bag of cookies that she smuggled in her purse when she arrived on the plane. And, ooh, blue. And, she she was good about it. She made food, but she only mostly made food for my husband and for the dogs, because she made stuff that I won't touch with a 10-foot pole, regardless. For one thing, I don't eat meat or poultry. I'm following a vegan diet 95% of the time, 98% of the time, I would say. And so I wasn't going to eat what she was making anyway. And then she made food for the dogs. I mean, we've done that too. I'm not laughing at her, but I mean, it is just a little. I was a little bit tickled about it. Um, and finally, hey Bluesy Blue, as you can see, we're in the backyard. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's breezy. It's in the 70s, but it's not like I'm gonna die heat. Um, and it's good. It's a nice, beautiful day out. And on top of that, uh, I got her a few things that she needed and was able to help her from here with a few things that I ordered to get there when she got home. Um, she stressed me out a little bit when she got home. It was a miscommunication, but it is what it is. So you probably don't want to hear all that. And it's 7 minutes and 40 seconds. So the end result was I didn't binge. I didn't go crazy. I did have, a few things that I wouldn't normally eat, but I didn't eat a lot. As a matter of fact, I lost 4 pounds while she was here. Um, I did have a few things that I wouldn't normally eat. Like I said, I had some cauliflower crust pizza with her, and I made 2 lasagnas, vegetable ones. And the reason I made two is because I made one for our home and one for the guys. And I made some high protein, high fiber, 24 grams of fiber pasta that I found that's really good. You really cannot tell the difference. I mean, this is as close as they've come to making pasta that is supposedly better nutritionally, and it really tastes like just regular pasta. It's the Carbe Diem. I live in Florida, so I get it from Publix. I know you can order it online. I don't know if you can get it everywhere, but in my neck of the woods you can. And so I made that with a homemade um broccoli pesto sauce with crushed broccoli, and it was good, and I didn't eat a lot of that either. As a matter of fact, we had a lot of food left over when she left. Everybody raved about what I cooked, but nobody really had seconds, so I don't know how good it could have been. Um, it was interesting in that, normally the foods that I made, those are trigger foods, and the lasagna I would have just binged on, and I did not. I'm happy to say I did not binge. Did not feel compelled to just keep eating it and eating it and eating it. In fact, I would say that after my initial um, meal with it, uh, I kind of lost interest in it pretty darn quick, which nobody was more surprised than me. And all in all, it was a good visit. Yes, there was stress. I did binge after she left. There was more stress, and I went on a week of what I would interpret a binge, but I guess it wasn't nearly as bad as what I thought I was doing because I didn't gain any weight, and that never happens. So, it is possible that my binges have gotten, well, they might not be binges anymore. They might be closer to splurges, and I was just, you know, eating more than I normally do, but not eating enough, I guess, to really hurt myself. I'm happy to say that I have long since returned to my regular eating routine and habits. I am back to my 98% vegan way of eating. I am not an ethical vegan. I do love animals. I do try as much as possible to live that lifestyle in terms of, getting things that animals are not used to provide those products or testing products, but I am definitely not a vegan. And so therefore, I cannot call myself an ethical vegan. I am simply someone who follows a vegan diet for nutrition and dietary purposes only, otherwise interpreted as a high whole food plant-based way of eating with very minimal processed foods. And that's how that visit went. And I will see you soon. And I just wanted to let you know as a follow-up how things went. So thanks for stopping by. Bye.